ladies and gentlemen, to the latest NXT episode, and tonight CM Punk will have another championship matchup as he takes on Bron Breakker, a former NXT champion. But we have big women's action here tonight to open up here on NXT here in Winter Park, Florida. As now we have some tag team action as Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons make their way down to the ring. And if you guys remember recently here on NXT, it was Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark defeating Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez in tag team action. And tonight, actually, not Roxanne, but we'll see those other two tag teams. But we are going to have Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons actually take on the current NXT tag team champions, the Iconics. And there's a big stipulation to this matchup and the next women's tag team matchup, as this matchup right here, the winner will actually be added to the NXT Women's Money in the Bank matchup. As we got Emma accompanying the Iconics down to the ring here. And, you could have Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, one of these women walking out, possibly, with, obviously, at NXT Stand and Deliver. They could walk out still your NXT Tag Team Champions, but also one of these women could become the next Miss Money in the Bank. So how cool would that be for the Iconics? We'll have to wait and see where that takes us, but this match right here has big stipulations, as well as the next big women's matchup, as well as it's going to be a women's tag team match. It's going to be Toxic Attraction taking on Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, and with the same stipulation. The winner of that tag team match will go on to the NXT Women's Tag Team match. Like I said, it's a big night here for NXT. Very good stipulations coming your guys' way. We have the rest of the men's side going to be found out tonight. Also, we're going to be finding out who Chris Jericho's partner is going to be, as well as CM Punk defends his championship. Referee ringing that bell. Here we go. Zoe Stark coming right after the referee like he owed him lunch money. As now Billie Kay going to look to capitalize after Stark takes out the referee. And usually the referee's pretty good about not calling a disqualification unless it happens too many times. So hopefully for our sake it will not happen. As now, look at Billie Kay with a submission hold here right in front of Nikita Lyons. Imagine if Billie Kay can make Zoe Stark tap out here. And I think if Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons can, pick up a win over the NXT Tag Team Championships, or the champions, I should say, they could definitely be next in line because they've already defeated Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. So, if you beat the Tag Team Champions necessarily, you would think that you'd be next in line. But anything is possible. Zoe Stark with a springboard forearm taking down Billie Kay. Well, like we mentioned, a huge night for NXT, ladies and gentlemen. We have plenty are going to be coming our way all the way from now all the way to NXT Stand and Deliver. If CM Punk defeats Bron Breakker tonight, it seems like we may be going in the direction possibly of Karrion Kross taking on CM Punk in a winner-take-all matchup at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. It looks like the match was about to break down there momentarily, but thankfully for us, it did not. As now, big punch there from Nikita Lyons here. And I think Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark is a very interesting tag team, don't you guys think? You got the strength of Nikita Lyons, you got the finesse of Zoe Stark. So, I mean, this could be a very good tag team here. Had an impressive win over Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez last week here on NXT recently. So, I mean, for these women, they've proved themselves, obviously. It was just their first tag team matchup, but it's still looking good. We'll see how they fare against the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And Nikita doing the right thing, going after, Billie Kay there. As, Nikita Lyons going to go after Emma. If I'm Nikita Lyons, you focus on Billie Kay. I wouldn't Emma's not doing anything wrong. I'd understand if maybe she's interfering in this matchup, but she's not getting involved just yet, as Emma recently coming back, making her return here to WWE, signing with NXT, and she actually defeated Mandy Rose recently here on NXT. So we'll see how it'll be faring in the near future for Emma. We'll see if maybe she gets a tag title shot down the line. You never know with these women. As it wasn't last week, ladies and gentlemen. It was 2 weeks ago when Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez took on Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons. But nonetheless, it was awesome to see those tag teams go at it. As Peyton Royce Fringe working on that left arm. And, out of these 4 women, if they were able to get into the NXT Women's Money in the Bank matchup, I would say the Iconics would be a perfect tag team because, it's every woman for themselves, but they'd work together until, it came down to both of them, and then they could either talk it out or, have the best woman win it at that point. As now here comes Nikita Lyons, big old suplex there to Peyton Royce. And now this perfect time for Nikita Lyons to stay on Peyton Royce. I'm going to drag her away from the bottom rope. Good maneuver here from Nikita as she's going to go for the pinfall right in front of Emma. Ooh, just a 1 count though. And for Nikita, you cannot get frustrated. Peyton Royce is one half of the tag team champions for the reason here. And here we go. Here comes a very impressive Zoe Stark getting tagged into the ring here. Oh, big slap. Zoe Stark was able to kind of block Peyton Royce from going for a clothesline. There's a sit-out powerbomb from Zoe Stark. Could that be enough? She's all fired up, but Peyton Royce trying to crawl to her tag team partner, and she gets the tag, saving her tag team for the time being. Oh, I don't know what Billie Kay. I think maybe she was trying to go for a jumping knee strike. Didn't really work out in her favor, and now Zoe Stark is going to make her pay. It's a back suplex. Says, going to go for a release. I thought it was going to be maybe a release suplex, but she's staying on it. Zoe Stark here. Impressive. Different suplexes here from Zoe Stark. You got to love that. Nothing better than to see a little bit of variety in the terms of powerful maneuvers as, nice side slam takes down Nikita Lyons. Good back and forth matchup so far. And like we mentioned, later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to my thought. Billie Kay looking to make the Iconics qualify. Ooh, so close. Iconics very close there. But like I was starting to say, that tonight we are going to see who is going to be Chris Jericho's partner. He said that, this superstar that has signed here to WWE has, that WWE dropped the ball with him. So I'm very curious to see who that could be. Wasn't a release superstar. Is it, this could be a number of things. As a super kick to the back of the skull from Zoe Stark. But we'll be seeing a tag team match. Chris Jericho and a partner of his choosing will be here tonight, taking on the Blackpool Combat Club's Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley later on tonight. But your big main event of the evening, a NXT Championship matchup. It is going to be CM Punk defending against Bron Breakker, a former NXT champion. So close there for Nikita Lyons. She could literally taste the win right there. But now she has to stay on Peyton Royce. A big opportunity is on the line to go to NXT Stand and Deliver for an opportunity to grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. Big kick there from Nikita. Here she comes. She's starting to fire herself up here with those devastating strikes. Is now Nikita going to take her over to the corner, maybe to go for a tag? No, Peyton Royce right there to make sure that Nikita could not continue it. And just like that, the Iconics are back into this matchup. Absolutely crazy spinning leg kick. Will that be enough to put her away? 1, 2, 3. Referee didn't see the hand on the ropes, and the Iconics are going to NXT Stand and Deliver. Not just for a tag team match, but they will also be in the Money in the Bank briefcase matchup for the women's side. You got Mia Yim, and now you got Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, and they are taking out possibly future contenders here with Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark here on NXT's opening bout. And these Iconics, they look very impressive tonight, taking it Nice win there from Peyton Royce and the Iconics there. But now we get to see Toxic Attraction here, as it's going to be Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, accompanied by the NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose. And in this tag team matchup, it is same stipulation as what we just saw. One of these tag teams will be joining Mia Yim and the Iconics in the NXT Women's qualifying matchup tonight, but in the Money in the Bank briefcase matchup at NXT Stand and Deliver. It's going to be a very stacked card from head to toe. I can't wait to see what that card's going to look like, and that women's card's going to be pretty much full after tonight. We're going to have one more spot going to have to be filled up after this matchup, as here comes Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. These women looking to climb up the rankings. Yes, they did lose to Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons recently, but hey, can't be perfect as a tag team all the way. You're going to run into some hits and misses. But tonight, once again, going to get an opportunity to showcase their skills in the tag team division. A lot of young talent in this ring, ladies and gentlemen, and especially there at ringside, especially your NXT Women's Champion. All these women are pretty young, and I can't wait to see where this is going to go in the near future. As here we go, Gigi Dolan, and it looks like Roxanne going to kick us off of this matchup here. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. And Gigi Dolan not wasting any time here, coming right after Roxanne. And Toxic Attraction, for the most part, has been pretty good here in the early stages here of NXT, especially even Mandy Rose as your NXT Women's Champion. She defeated Sarray to retain her championship at the recent NXT TakeOver pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver In Your House pay-per-view. And we'll have to figure out where the direction of that may go. Will it be Emma? Will another woman step up to the plate? We'll have to wait and see. Especially for the Iconics too, the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Who is going to be next in line to take them on? Is it Toxic Attraction? Is it Cora Jade and Roxanne? Is it Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark? There's a lot of time to figure that out, but obviously the Iconics want to know as soon as they can, because they're going to have 2 grueling matches at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Oh, this is Gigi Dolan with a devastating strike. You could hear her knee buckle with that strike. Has some vicious knees to the ribs here. These women are all very, very impressive, getting that time to showcase their skills here in NXT. As now here comes JC Jane, looking to take it to Roxanne. And you know, if Iconics are looking for competition, they are definitely good. These teams are starting to come out of the woodwork here on NXT, starting to build a division. So we'll have to wait and see, who's going to be able to come to the top of the mountain and try and face the Iconics for those tag team championships. The Iconics just defeated a big contender here in the tag team division. So I mean, anything is possible. JC Jane with the big strike there to Cora Jade. Cora Jade probably not going to really care about that too much. Looked like she was going to maybe try to go for a strike, but not going to. As a nice head scissors takedown there of JC Jane. Roxanne needs to get something going here. Been dominated from Gigi Dolan and her other tag team partner. And so look at Cora Jade looking on here, but look at JC Jane being thrown up in the air, her back and her neck with a whiplash, as well as now here comes Cora Jade. Here she comes. Both of these, Roxanne and Cora Jade, a lot of people are saying, they'd be good single superstars, but maybe even better as a tag team. They are really good friends in and outside of that ring. So, when you're good friends inside the ring and even outside the ring, that's even better, because you get chemistry, you get to know your tag team partner, and that's always a good thing. Their weaknesses, their strengths, that's a good thing. So, especially Toxic Attraction. These women are working great together. Going for a clothesline. Is she going to be able to capitalize? Yes, she does. Thought maybe for a second Cora Jade wasn't going to be able to get out of it. As here we go with that pinfall. 2.5. Gigi Dolan cannot believe it, but you cannot get frustrated. You got to stay on this Cora Jade, because that Cora Jade can definitely change the trajectory of this matchup real quick. And now here comes a Northern Lights suplex there to Cora Jade. Cora Jade's currently struggling. Gigi Dolan eating up this crowd right now. Cora Jade has not been able to really manifest any offense whatsoever in these last couple minutes. It's all been toxic attraction here tonight. As now, what is it going to be on Gigi Dolan's mind? Is she going to go for a tag? Yes, she does. Here we go. It's always good to see some tag team maneuvers here working together. Big shoulder block takedown there. And now, JC Jane going to get very physical. Going to make sure that Cora Jade can't get anything going. Referee in position. Ooh, big strong 1 count there. Cora Jade keeps herself in this matchup. But for the team of Cora Jade and Roxanne, you got to get something going because this match is, from the get-go, has been dominated by toxic attraction. Which is very surprising as, big maneuver there from Gigi Dolan. 2, 3, yes it is. The toxic attraction has defeated the tag team of Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. That's definitely got to be frustrated. I'd love to see the camera angle. We didn't look like Roxanne broke it up in time. I think she could have, honestly. I don't know if we'll get a camera angle, but right here, that big pinfall. Oh, looks like the camera wanted to cut it short. But nonetheless, toxic attraction will get an opportunity to be in the Money in the Bank matchup. JC Jane and Gigi Dolan will be in that Money in the Bank briefcase matchup at Standing to Look. Christian brought me back here to NXT for a big main reason. He saw me as an equal, not just a man below him or even maybe above him. He saw me for a brutal individual that I am, and he gave me the nickname The Redeemer to redeem my career here and to take over WWE. To all you new fans out there that didn't see me on the main roster here on Raw and SmackDown before, I'm gonna show you what I bring to the table here in this Money in the Bank qualifying matchup as I take on Cameron Grimes, the former North American champion. In Cameron Grimes, he is not going to be going all the way to the moon. He is going to be staying flat on his back in the middle of that ring. The Redeemer gets his first win back and will be heading to NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. I know Christian has already qualified in that matchup, but when me and him are going to be in that matchup, we will work together until it comes down to both me and him, and it'll have to go from there. But me and Christian will work together to destroy the whole Money in the Bank card. So now, let me go destroy Cameron Grimes. Very interesting promo there from Rusev, kind of giving us a story about why he's calling himself the Redeemer. Christian bringing him back, saying, hey, would love to have you here in NXT with me. Saw him as an equal. And Rusev getting that WWE contract here on NXT with the game Triple H. And his very first matchup back here in WWE is going to be taking on Cameron Grimes one-on-one in a Money in the Bank qualifier matchup. So far qualifying for that Money in the Bank matchup is Wesley and Christian. And Rusev did mention that once he defeats Cameron Grimes tonight, it's going to be Christian and Rusev in that matchup. Those two are going to work together to take over the Money in the Bank card. So it'll be very interesting to see if that actually comes to fruition here tonight when he takes on Cameron Grimes. Or will Cameron Grimes be able to become Money? And for the men's side, we are finding out all of the matches tonight, because coming up next, it's going to be Santos Escobar taking on, I believe it's Ezekiel, coming up later on. As well as we are going to have a big-time John Moxley, Bryan Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club takes on Chris Jericho and a partner of his choosing. That also will be a qualifying matchup to see who will get the last two spots in Money in the Bank. As here comes the Redeemer, Rusev. And we'll see how this is going to do for Rusev. He's the Redeemer. He calls himself that. He's looking to come out with a more vicious side here, ladies and gentlemen. And Rusev helped Christian last week get himself in that Money in the Bank matchup. Christian hitting the unprettier on Grayson Waller. And I kind of find it funny that Christian couldn't get the job done by himself. So to me, it looks like he recruits Rusev, and all of a sudden his things go in the direction of him. We know Rusev, a big marquee talent, former United States champion there on SmackDown, one of the best that we had there main roster wise, and we didn't see him for a good long time. I'd say maybe a couple years. I would say maybe, but fortunately for Rusev, I think he was even drafted by one of the Raw or SmackDown a while back, but for them, it just didn't work out wise, and Rusev had plenty of time to figure himself out. Referee ringing that bell. Here we go. Rusev takes on Cameron Grimes. Rusev's first match back here in a WWE ring in a good couple of years. We'll see if that ring rust will come to head tonight. Rusev now going to toss him onto the apron. Oh, and a big stunner. And now Christian. Hopefully he doesn't try to disqualify Rusev. Imagine. Just get Rusev's help just for 1 week and then disqualify Rusev. Don't even let him get an opportunity. That would suck. As a big stunner once again here. And looks like Rusev and Christian just going to work it back and forth here. I don't blame them. Hey, work together on some maneuvers. Work together. Got to do what you got to do to get an opportunity to get in that Money in the Bank briefcase match up here for NXT. Ooh, 1.5 there. But for NXT and for WrestleMania, we are going to have a bunch of Money in the Bank qualifying matches. 2 at NXT Stand and Deliver. And then also, you're going to have a total of 4 WrestleMania weekend. 2 for each brand. 2 for men's, 2 for the women. Obviously, which is going to be an awesome night. It's going to be a heck of a night for WrestleMania, a heck of a night for the NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver card. These men and women are going to put it all on the line to become champion or to get that Money in the Bank briefcase around their waist. Oh, and a big shoulder block takedown there of Cameron. And now Rusev in control here. Going to go for the pinfall again, kind of hoping that shoulder tackle or shoulder block, whatever you want to call it, was enough. But obviously Cameron Grimes is not going to go down without a fight. And for Grimes, you do not want to take too many strikes from a man from Rusev. Oh, and a jumping knee strike right there in that left arm. This is not where you want to be. Super kick out of nowhere there to Cameron Grimes. And now, Rusev again. Super kick. Super kick there to Grimes. Not messing around. 2, 3. Just like that. The double super kick. The one out of nowhere and then the one in the corner. And Rusev is going to NXT Stand and Deliver, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait to see where this is going to take Rusev and Christian. It's definitely going to favor Rusev and Christian coming up at NXT Stand and Deliver. Wait a minute, Rusev, he was heading to the back. Cameron Grimes lifeless in the middle there. Oh, no. No, Rusev, no! Rusev, no, not the steel chair. This man has snapped here. What in the hell? And now we get another Money in the Bank qualifying match, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Santos Escobar getting his opportunity, as it's going to be the former NXT Tag Team Champions Legado del Fantasma joining Santos Escobar here. And, maybe for NXT Stand and Deliver, Legado del Fantasma will get another tag team shot at the Grizzled Young Veterans, as currently the Grizzled Young Veterans defeated Legado del Fantasma for those NXT Tag Team Championships. So now we have to find out who the Grizzled Young Veterans will be facing at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. But tonight, Santos Escobar has a big opportunity to get that Money in the Bank briefcase match. But Santos Escobar just has to go through Ezekiel, the brother of Elias there on the Monday Night Raw roster. So we'll see how that will fare tonight. But this matchup, obviously Santos Escobar failed to get the North American Championship around his waist. He lost to Karrion Kross. and even lost a triple threat match, the unification matchup at NXT TakeOver in Your House. Very unfortunate, but Santos Escobar is getting a big opportunity. You could say this is a bigger opportunity in the terms of being able to cash in on the NXT champion whenever you please. But he's going to have to go through this man tonight. Going to have to defeat Ezekiel. And it's crazy to see that, how close Ezekiel and Elias look here. I'm surprised that they didn't try to maybe work together and try to get them on Raw. But I think for Ezekiel, try to make a name for himself. Doesn't have to be with his brother. But we'll see how it goes tonight here. Ezekiel having a handful of matches here on NXT, and this is going to be his biggest match of his career against a big name talent like Santos Escobar, and being able to go to the biggest stage of NXT, and that being the NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver card. Because so far, ladies and gentlemen, we have Wesley, Christian, and Rusev, and then after this match, we'll be figuring out if it's Ezekiel or Santos. But then later on tonight, we figure out, will it be Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley joining, or will it be Chris Jericho and the tag team partner of his choosing? So we'll have to wait and see. But here we go. Both men seem like they are ready. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. And now Escobar starting off fast here, and he needs to. He has more experience than Ezekiel when it comes to that this type of matches. Obviously, he has more matches under his belt as well. It's just a strong 1 count there. Obviously, Santos Escobar needs to stay on Ezekiel. Ezekiel has the look and everything, but we'll see how he fares against Santos Escobar in that Lucha Libre style tonight. And look at Santos. He is all fired up, ladies and gentlemen. And for Santos, I think that the ladder match coming up at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver could favor him, honestly, because he's a high flyer. Being on the top of the ladder, jumping off the top ropes, anything, honestly, that would definitely favor Santos Escobar, I honestly believe. Let's look at the trifecta of suplexes there. The 3 amigos there from Santos Escobar. The late, great Eddie Guerrero will be looking down and loving that. As now here comes Ezekiel. Oh, devastating backbreaker there from Ezekiel. Can Ezekiel get something going here? Oh, big punch here from Santos Escobar. And another one. Here comes Santos. Oh, jawbreaker. Stunning there. And a lot of people would honestly think it'd be an upset victory if Ezekiel defeated Santos Escobar. And I'd be in the same camp there, honestly. Because, we know how good Santos Escobar is. I'm not saying that, Ezekiel isn't good as well, but we haven't seen too many matches with Ezekiel as much as we've seen from Santos Escobar. It's a higher upside at the moment for a man like Santos Escobar. As Escobar dominating this match from the get-go. Big opportunity to join that Money in the Bank matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Like we mentioned, Wesley, Christian, and Rusev. Christian and Rusev currently working together. So unless there's another, big team that we're going to see in that matchup, obviously we're going to see Blackpool Combat Club or the team of Jericho and whoever he's choosing to be in that matchup will be bigger than Christian and Rusev, or something we have to figure out later on. It's a brutal maneuver there from Santos, dropping him on the back of his neck. Will that be enough? 2. No, 2.5. Ezekiel fighting back. But how much more is left in this young man? Escobar, he's all fired up. The intensity is there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, going for the leg drop. Ezekiel moves. Can he capitalize? Here comes Ezekiel. You go, backbreaker. And for some reason, every time I hear Ezekiel's name, I keep thinking of the Scary Movie franchise. For some reason, if you guys watch any of the Scary Movie franchises, the comedy Scary Movies, you'll know what I mean. As look at the military press slam, and Ezekiel's all fired up here. The Zeke Freak is going. Big clothesline. Here comes Ezekiel. Going for the kick. Big reversal there. And this is the perfect time for Ezekiel. Will he be going to Money in the Bank? Qualifying matches, send and deliver. No. And now Ezekiel with a spine buster there on Santos. And now, is Ezekiel going to be able to defeat Santos Escobar here? Oh, I thought maybe he's going to go for the pinfall. Santos Escobar able to reverse. Let's see if he can capitalize now. Going to go for the jawbreaker. Takes down Ezekiel momentarily. Now this is where Ezekiel may be in trouble. Here we go. Santos has him up. Down he goes. Pinfall. That was a veteran maneuvers from Santos, grabbing that bottom, the legs away from the ropes. And that's what Santos is so damn good in that ring. Escobar is going to NXT Stand and Deliver, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be a big favorite in that matchup. Big bright future. As, oh no, back-to-back matches, attacks here, and now Ezekiel being beaten down by Santos Escobar. The frustration has been brewing from weeks now from Santos. Emma, you got a fluke victory over me a couple weeks ago, and I know you are coming after this NXT Women's Championship, and you want that championship match at NXT Stand and Deliver? You got it, but there's a little caveat to that. You have to go through my girls, JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, these next couple weeks here to get that opportunity. You defeat both of them in the next week and the following week, and you get your title shot. The funny thing about that is, though, Emma, I don't see you doing it. My girls are going to have a big-time Money in the Bank matchup, and you are just going to be slim picking. They're not going to let me down. So you know what? You're even lucky I'm giving you this proposition. But starting next week, you'll take on JC Jane. Good luck, Emma. You're going to need it. And this is going to be actually pretty big for Emma. She's going to get a title opportunity, but she has to go through Toxic Attractions, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan these next couple weeks to get that opportunity. But here we go. Here comes the Blackpool Combat Club, managed by William Regal. It's going to be Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. This is a big-time tag team matchup. But also, if Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley win, they are going to be in the Money in the Bank briefcase matchup WrestleMania weekend at NXT's TakeOver Stand and Deliver. But if the team of Jericho and his hand-picked, or not his hand-picked, but his own picked tag team partner win tonight, they will be going to NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. So we will see how that goes. So currently right now for the Money in the Bank briefcase matchup, you got Wesley, Christian, Rusev, and Santos Escobar. And the question is, right now, who is going to be joining them to fill up those last two spots? Stand and Deliver is starting to get packed, ladies and gentlemen, for the Money in the Bank brief card, or the NXT TakeOver Money in the Bank briefcase matchup for the men's and women's side. One more has to be figured out for the women's side. Right now, you got Mia Yim, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan for the women's. We'll have to wait and figure out who the other ones are going to be. As we are ready to see who is Chris Jericho bringing here to NXT. Let's see who it is. No flipping way. The 7-foot, 500-pound monster, the Big Show. He's had a handful of matches here in Universe Mode history, but he is here in NXT. This is Chris Jericho's picked partner. Jericho bringing Big Show here to NXT with him. If you guys know, back in the early 2010s, Jericho and Big Show were a tag team known as Jericho, one of the best tag teams back then. And Jericho and Big Show on NXT, you just changed the trajectory of possible momentum back in the corner right there with Big Show joining Chris Jericho here. And here comes Chris Jericho, the lead singer for Fozzy. He found his man, he found himself, the Big Show. And this normally would be the main event, honestly, if we didn't have the NXT Championship on the line. Chris Jericho and the Big Show looking to take out the Blackpool Combat Club and pick up a win tonight, and also be in that Money in the Bank briefcase matchup at TakeOver Stand and Deliver. But these two gentlemen have not worked as a tag team in well over a decade. So we'll see if they still have that tag team chemistry. I mean, obviously it doesn't just go away, but veterans in this business like we're seeing right here, it's absolutely crazy. It looks like we got Bryan Danielson and the Big Show. Oh no, look at this. The size, the height, how crazy is this? And look at Big Show coming right after Bryan Danielson. And look at Big Show tossing him like a paperweight. And look at this. This is absolutely crazy to have Big Show back here in Universe Mode, especially in a brand like NXT. Never thought I'd see the day a man like Big Show joining the NXT roster, there's nothing wrong with that. NXT has changed. Triple H is changing up the trajectory here. A lot of young superstars. We saw a lot of big-name superstars get moved to Raw and SmackDown. Vince McMahon told Triple H, after that, big draft, and well, not really, I guess, a draft, but that big, I guess you could call it a superstar shakeup, taking a bunch of NXT superstars up to the Monday Night Raw and the Friday Night SmackDown rosters, that he could sign any free agents, rebuild up however he wanted. But Vince wanted to make sure Raw and SmackDown had more talent, and he got that. And now we're seeing younger talent from NXT UK joining the NXT roster slowly but surely. You're seeing new signings, the likes of Emma. Now you got Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley back in the roster, Christian Cage, Chris Jericho, Rusev, and now the return of Big Show. How crazy is this? All former WWE superstars joining the roster back here. And the rosters are continuing to fill out here. Big Show, oh my God. Big Show's in phenomenal shape. I don't think he's 500 pounds anymore, but I think he's late 300 pounds or maybe 400 something pounds, but it's absolutely crazy to see him back in a ring. And now Jon Moxley gets hit with a powerbomb to the outside. And oh no, Bryan Danielson being targeted here behind the referee's back. And now Big Show wants himself more Jon Moxley. Moxley barely moving here. And now Big Show. Oh, spear! Spear out of nowhere to Bryan Danielson. The Blackpool Combat Club are in trouble. Oh, well, I guess not anymore necessarily. It is turning into a 1-on-2 handicap match. Jon Moxley gonna wait for Big Show to get his big self back in this ring here. A suicide dive takes down the Big Show. How crazy is that? Moxley was waiting for it, picked an opportune time, and just like that, gets himself back in this matchup. This match is big for both teams. Both a big opportunity, not just maybe climb up the tag team division, maybe, showcase, what they bring to the table, but also they get an opportunity to be in the Money in the Bank matchup at TakeOver. How crazy would that be? Big Show and Jericho, or Moxley and Bryan Danielson. Looks like Jon Moxley having some second thoughts here. Oh, I thought maybe he's going to go for a pinfall quickly, but Moxley going to do some more damage, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Uh-oh, now Moxley. Is he thinking about getting a tag here, maybe? Oh, no, Moxley going to stomp a mud hole here in Big Show. Don't blame him. Got to do what you got to do, but he eats a big boot, though. Big uppercut there from Moxley. Keeps himself in this matchup momentarily. Another one. He's stunning the Giant, but the Giant fighting back. Going for the big boot. Moxley from behind. Oh, but Big Show just way too much here. Uh-oh. Oh, this ain't good. Oh, my God, a neck breaker. And now Big Show right there. Referee here. Ooh, just a 1 count. And ladies and gentlemen, we still have a big main event here. CM Punk defends against Bron Breakker in your main event as Big Show telling Jon Moxley to get up to his feet here. Maybe going for that knockout punch momentarily, but Moxley a little bit faster in the exchange, and a nice neck breaker gets the momentum back in the Blackpool Combat Club's corner here. And if I'm Moxley, that's exactly what I was going to say. If Moxley were to get a tag right now, get the fresher man like Bryan Danielson in this matchup, where he could systematically destroy the Big Show, go after those big tree trunks of the Big Show. not every day that you get to see Big Show back in a WWE ring. As Bryan Danielson. Oh, brutal knee. Gotta be very careful when you do those type of maneuvers. That's a big clothesline, big clubbing blow. Who is going to join the stacked Money in the Bank card for the men's side as Jericho gets tagged in the matchup? Like we mentioned, Wesley, Christian, Rusev, and Santos Escobar. The winning team of this matchup will join those 4 lucky superstars. And obviously only one man can walk out, Mr. Money in the Bank for NXT. The first ever Money in the Bank briefcase holder for NXT was Johnny Gargano, but it was a failed cash-in. For the women right now, we have 5 superstars. Mia Yim, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan will be figuring out the last woman next week here on NXT. We can't confirm you who or what women are in those matches for next week's match, but we will have to wait and see. As Jericho was taking it to Bryan there, referee right there. It seems like he's going to stop the count. Jericho kind of telling him to back down a little bit. Down to a 7. Well, we have a count-out victory. Bryan taking some time, and now Jericho. Oh, look at Bryan. He was taking his time right there, and he makes Jericho pay, turning him inside out. How crazy is that for Bryan Danielson? He was playing possum. Got to do what you got to do when it comes to mind games, especially when you face Jericho and the Big Show. As a power bomb to the apron, and then that, swinging him onto the hard part of the apron. How crazy is that as well? As now Bryan tossing him back inside the ring. Can Bryan put away Chris Jericho and get the Blackpool Combat Club into that big Money in the Bank matchup? Oh, but Jericho fighting back, trying to keep himself into this matchup, trying to do all that he can. And now Northern Lights suplex, little by little. That's all he needs to do. Is Bryan trying to crawl, trying to get to the other side of the ring. Jericho with a code breaker there to Bryan. Will that be enough? 2. Oh, Jon Moxley's right there to break it up, though. And there's no love lost between Moxley and Chris Jericho, and obviously Jericho and Bryan Danielson. Jericho evening up the score with this man, the Big Show, returning to WWE. And now Jericho gets the hot tag to Big Show. And now can Bryan do something? Oh, vicious backbreaker. I'd love to see if Daniel Bryan can somehow dig down deep and maybe hit a suplex, a much-needed suplex to put away the Big Show here. Ooh, just a 1 count there. Obviously, the Big Show, he's going to take a lot to put him away. It's not going to be easy, as now Big Show tossing him out of the apron. Oh, we saw this earlier in the matchup. Big Show just decimating Daniel Bryan. Bryan could be in a bad way here. No! Knockout punch there to Bryan. Oh, but he's not done yet, though. Into a big leg drop, caving in the chest there. Bryan looks like he's down and out. This might be a big win for Jericho and Big Show. Referee in position. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Chris Jericho and the Big Show have qualified for the Money in the Bank briefcase matchup at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Definitely not the way everybody was expecting tonight's match to go. They weren't expecting the Big Show to make a shocking return here to NXT, especially WWE in general. But Jericho pulling out a big, massive wild card, that being a man that he's well known over his years back in the WCW days, that being the Big Show. And both of these guys are going to Stand and Deliver.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Championship.
It has been a wild night so far here on the NXT roster. Good to see Rusev make his return here to the WWE ring. We saw him help out Christian last week. Christian being in the being in the corner of Rusev. This week, Rusev defeated Cameron Grimes. And now we saw the shocking return of the Big Show. The roster is starting to get back to the liking here. You're seeing a lot of WWE veterans making their way back. You still got a lot of young guys here on the roster. And it's always good to have a little difference, I guess you could say, here in the NXT roster and any roster in general, all SmackDown, whatever roster you ever see. It's good to see veterans and then those young and up and coming superstars, because there's gonna be times where these veterans are dominating and you get this young and up and coming talent dominating, going through all these superstars, and you want to see a young guy defeat a veteran type of thing. So tonight we'll see if we even get that opportunity, because we get Bron Breakker taking on CM Punk for the NXT Championship. And like we mentioned, a lot of big names returning, and I'm guaranteeing it's only going to continue to go on, as here comes the best in the world today, the self-proclaimed best in the world, CM Punk. And the crowd is booing him out of this building, and there he is, the straight edge superstar. He walked into NXT TakeOver in Your House with a match against Triple H, and he walked out of NXT TakeOver in Your House with the NXT Championship. And the big thing is there, it was how Triple H worded it, because obviously Triple H said if CM Punk defeated him, that CM Punk would be able to challenge for the NXT Championship anywhere, anytime, where he wanted. And CM Punk literally took that for fruition. Talked to Adam Pearce, because Triple H, obviously he was not able to work on the NXT card because he's in the trainer's room getting attended to and everything like that. Adam Pearce made it official. CM Punk came out. Carmelo Hayes almost able to still walk out with his championship, but CM Punk was able to retain or become the new NXT champion. He defeated Carmelo Hayes last week, and we'll see how he fares by taking on Bron Breakker this week. For the prestigious NXT Championship, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of big names have held that championship over the years.
From Georgia, weighing in at 266 pounds,
Bron Breakker, ladies and gentlemen, former NXT champion himself.
Introducing the champion from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 202 pounds. He is the NXT champion, CM Punk.
CM Punk, your current NXT champion. Does the title reign in tonight? CM Punk definitely said that he would take on Karrion Kross for a title versus title at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, but that can only be on the table if Punk actually defeats Bron Breakker. It's going to be a tough challenge for him tonight. Bron Breakker, you can see the intensity on the face. He is absolutely ready. Here we go, referee ringing the bell. And look at CM Punk, those kicks, those long legs of CM Punk coming to fruition early in this matchup. And imagine if CM Punk can knock out Bron Breakker earlier on in this matchup, but Breakker obviously not going to go down without a fight. No, big clubbing blow from Punk. And you gotta think Karrion Kross is somewhere here tonight watching this matchup, because him and CM Punk seem like they are not done yet. Oh, frog slash almost defeating Bron Breakker. But Bron Breakker still having plenty in the tank, and CM Punk, he's just eating this up right now. Oh, but Breakker with a key reversal. A much needed reversal, honestly, because CM Punk, if he was able to continue, it could have been an early night for Bron Breakker, but Bron Breakker able to momentarily get back in this matchup. And for Breakker, you cannot get too frustrated when you're facing off a man like CM Punk. Punk is going to get you very frustrated. Mind games or anything like that, or like reversals, that type of stuff. You're going to have to deal with the best in the world today, in the so-called NXT champion, CM Punk. Oh, vicious neck breaker there. As now, CM Punk going to drag Bron Breakker to the center of the ring. Gonna go for the pinfall. Will this be it early on in the matchup? No. Still plenty more to go in this match. Bron Breakker is trying to get something, at least try to get it out of the way, but didn't really work out in his favor. And he's gonna, oh, I'm gonna say maybe he's gonna eat a suplex for that, but oh, big spear there from Bron out of nowhere. And look at Bron Breakker, he's staying on CM Punk. He's not letting him breathe whatsoever. And an accolades type of submission hold here. Will Punk tap out middle of the ring? Are we gonna see a new NXT champion here? Look at Breakker, but no, Punk with a big reversal. And now, oh, spiking him on his head and neck, ladies and gentlemen. That is not going to be feeling too good. Referee in position. Oh, just a 1 count. Good back and forth matchup here early. And look at CM Punk talking some trash to Bron Breakker. You hate to see that. It's Punk spiking Bron on his head. Oh, but hey, Bron again with the reversal. He's been watching some tape on CM Punk, you can tell. As now Bron Breakker here. Oh, vicious backbreaker. The pump handle backbreaker. Very, very vicious. Gets the job done for sure. Referee right there to make sure the shoulders are down. Oh, 2.5. Very, very close. Both of these men hitting some big shots early on here. Uh-oh. Bron. Oh, wait, no. Big reversal from Punk. That's how slippery Punk is. Northern Lights suplex. Could have went for the pinfall there, but just choosing not to go for the pinfall. It's Breakker going back and forth here. Big punch from Bron. Big haymakers. Bron Breakker not backing down from CM Punk here. And that's what you got to love from this man, Bron Breakker. An absolute stud in that ring. And now, uh-oh. He has Punk on the top rope. But no, Punk with a reversal. Big boot. You hate to see it. And now Punk. Snap suplex. Just when you think Bron Breakker was going to be able to get something going, Punk just 1 step ahead of him. And now he's just going to systematically take it to Bron Breakker. And look at Punk. He's just eating up this crowd here in Winter Park, Florida right now. Bron Breakker is in trouble. Last couple minutes have been taking it to Bron Breakker. And now, oh, the Frankensteiner. The Frankensteiner there to Bron. And now, no. CM Punk. GTS to Bron Breakker. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk just way too much for the young stud Bron Breakker. And CM Punk walks out still your NXT champion, ladies and gentlemen. What a main event. CM Punk, Bron Breakker tearing down the house. But CM Punk still your NXT champion. And the main event here on NXT's Big Time Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here tonight. And wait a minute. Karrion Kross. CM Punk doesn't see him. CM Punk doesn't see him. From behind. The axe handle. The axe handle there from Kross. And it seems like this is to be expected from both of these men. Big boot. And now all through the table. The table didn't want to break though. And now Punk gonna try to grab him maybe. Oh. Again. And now, oh, there's Punk. There's Punk now from behind. And now this is where the best in the world, CM Punk, is going to try and take it to Karrion Kross here. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Karrion Kross does not want to be here right now. Oh, big reversal from Kross now. Oh, no, not the table. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alabama slam through a table that was set up there. I don't know if Karrion Kross happened to set it up there. We know it wasn't used in the matchup recently. Uh-oh. Oh, no. This ain't good. Oh, no. Karrion Kross with the hockey stick. We know how CM Punk loves himself some Chicago Blackhawks hockey. And he's getting pounded right now like a puck. Absolutely brutal. What we're seeing, Karrion Kross obviously has something on his mind with what he's doing here. Oh no, not another table. Another table being introduced here. And now Kross with the cross jacket. Cross jacket applied here. Cross jacket applied. And now he's going to let go of it. He's going to let go of it. As it seems like he has something else in mind here. Uh-oh. This is not where you want to be if you're CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen. Not where you want to be. Oh, no. This is not where you want to be. Oh, he tosses him out the ringside. Even better. Systematic destruction for the most part between Karrion Kross and CM Punk. And now, oh, right into the table. And now again, oh my God. Vicious kick there from Karrion Kross. And now another cross jacket. Another cross jacket. Right here to CM Punk. CM Punk. Referee ringing the bell. Punk tapping out. Obviously, this isn't a match, but Karrion Kross making CM Punk tap out to end NXT.